Hello, my name is Shondell Busby. Over the next 8 weeks, I'll be taking the course Reflective Practice Action Research. I'm eager to see what's in store over the next several weeks as I've never taken a course about reflective practice. So who am I as a reflective practitioner? To be honest, I have never really thought of myself as a reflective practitioner. I can't really recall scenarios where I have intentionally sat down and taken the time to literally reflect. I'm not a mindless being that simply exists through life without putting any thought to it, but I guess I have never thought formally about reflection or being a reflective practitioner. But as I sit here now and consciously think back on my experiences with reflection thus far, I realize that something always seems to happen that triggers me to reflect. For example, if something went wrong or didn't go as planned, I would dissect it to see what went wrong, what mistakes or errors were made, and try to see what could be done differently and what I can do differently moving forward. So it's almost as though reflection for me is more a response to a trigger than it is a habit or something I constantly, consistently, and intentionally take the time to do. So again, who am I as a reflective practitioner? I think to adequately answer this question, I need to have a better understanding of what exactly is meant by the term. But for now, I will say that I am someone who, when things go wrong or not as planned, thinks about why they went wrong and what I can do to make it better moving forward. With all this in mind, I'm looking forward to the next several weeks and learning what exactly is meant by reflective practitioner. What does being a reflective practitioner look like, and how do you become a reflective practitioner? How do you grow as a reflective practitioner? From what I've gathered so far, it appears that reflective practice is a journey. So I'll catch up with you again in a few weeks to update you on the progress on my reflective journey. So it's been a few weeks since we last spoken, and my perspective on reflection has evolved. Who knew reflective practice was such an integral component to teaching? I know I didn't realize the extent to which it influences our teaching practices and the educational experience of our students. In my last vlog, I stated that in order to answer the question, who am I as a reflective practitioner, I would like to have a better understanding of what exactly is meant by the term. Well, I'm happy to report that since then, I gained a lot more insight and perspective. The Teach, Reflect, Learn book has been a great resource in helping me gain a better understanding of what being a reflective practitioner is all about, and providing me with the tools to enhance my own reflective practice. The self-reflection continuum is a helpful way to capitalize the process of reflection and the stages we may go through on our journey to becoming reflective practitioners. I completed a reflective self-assessment tool, which was a great opportunity to take a step back and really reflect on my teaching practices and strategies thus far. Through this assessment, I learned that I am in the action stage of the continuum. According to the authors, the goal of this stage is to increase student learning for every child under our care and direction. Reflective practice is pivotal in increasing students' learning. In one of our weekly readings, the author states that we don't learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on that experience. It is so important to constantly reflect upon and evaluate our teaching methods and approaches, and ask if we are doing the best we can to meet the needs of our students. If we aren't, then we can reevaluate and continue to adapt our approach in meaningful and calculating ways, until we find a means that resonates with our students and promotes learning. Self-reflection can thus be a powerful teaching strategy in that it challenges educators to think about, analyze, and evaluate our own practices, what works and what doesn't, so we can better teach or have teaching strategies to meet the needs of our students, ultimately improving the way we teach and connect with our students. Sometimes, life can get busy and we don't take the time to just stop and think. The discussion of self-reflection throughout the reading reaffirms the fact that we are lifelong learners who need to be mindful about why we are doing what we are doing, question if we are being as effective as we can be, and what we could be doing differently. Throughout the readings, we have been equipped with several strategies, questions, resources, and activities to use to increase our reflective practice skills. Becoming a reflective practitioner is not something that just happens, but rather something that teachers need to be intentional about and strive to incorporate into our daily practice. Every decision, no matter how big or small, has an impact on students. The more aware we are and how our actions affect our students, the more deliberate we can be in our work. As we become more reflective practitioners, we become more knowledgeable about our students, their interests, learning styles, strengths, challenges, and so on, which puts us in a better position to be more deliberate in our teaching and make necessary adjustments in order to optimize student learning. Each week, I'm learning more and more about the value of reflective practice and strategies to enhance my own reflective practice skills. Moving forward, I will be much more cognizant and intentional about making this a daily habit. So here we are, almost at the end of 9 weeks. I can't believe how fast time has gone, or how much my perspective on and understanding of reflective practice has changed since day one. Who am I as a reflective practitioner now? I am someone who is on a journey of growth and development, someone who is more mindful of my actions and the subsequent reactions, someone who does not reflect only when things go wrong. I know now that reflecting on what went well is just as important as reflecting on what didn't go quite as planned. I know that being a reflective practitioner is an ongoing endeavor and is all about continued growth and development. As an educator and as people, we can easily get into a routine of simply doing things we've always done, especially if we've done something frequently. We often just do things as usual without really thinking about it. As teachers, we need to be reflective practitioners, always challenging the why behind the what. At least once each year, we get a new group of students that come with different needs, interests, preconceptions, goals, etc. As such, simply relying on how we've always done things can almost be a disservice to our students, if how we've always done things is not working for them. This is why it is important to learn about our students, what they already know about a topic, what they hope to learn, their learning styles, interests, etc., and adapt our lesson planning accordingly so we can be effective teachers and meet the diverse needs of our students. I would like to end with an excerpt from the book that really stood out to me and captured what I believe to be the essence of teaching and why I want to be a teacher. For most of us, education isn't just a job or profession or something we do during the school year. It's a calling, and we're not called to mediocrity. We're called to make a difference, to impact the future, to change students' lives, to help our young people become the amazing, wonderful human beings they are meant to be. Let's spread our professional wings and grow as reflective practitioners and skilled educators and fulfill the destiny of that calling. As educators, I think it's important to acknowledge and appreciate that learning is a lifelong journey, and we should constantly challenge and better ourselves to meet the diverse needs of all our students. There is no end to reflective practice. It is an ongoing process that helps develop into thoughtful, reflective, and effective teaching practitioners. So as I continue on my journey of self-reflection, I will strive to continuously, consistently, and intentionally develop my reflective practice skills in order to constantly better my teaching practice so I can be my best and do my best for my students.